Hare One last time, let's chant together.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki
Jai.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming on time. So I can see more yet to come. You all can come forward. If anyone don't have any back issues. Yes. Every Saturday is a festival. All the like-minded people, especially the youth, coming together, discussing Krishna Katha, especially from Bhagavad Gita. And after the session, we'll have nice kirtan with a beautiful arati and dhoom dham dance, then having prasadam. So it's just like a festival. So any festival you take, the whole year, these are the few items which happen. Discussing about the Lord, chanting, finally having prasadam or dancing somewhere. This once in a month when festival comes. But ourselves, every Saturday is a festival. Coming together and doing these wonderful spiritual activities, which are completely joyful. Even Krishna says in the 9th chapter, this process of spirituality or bhakti is very joyfully performed. So in fact in ISKCON, all the temples all over the world, every day is a festival. Every day is a festival. So if you can ask any person, so what would you do when you are most happy in your life? So some people responded, when I'm very happy in my life, I would jump and dance and shout. And that is what we do every day in these temples. We dance, sing the Lord's name, and doing this. So every Saturday when all of you come together, it's a big festival. So that's why our program name is Festival of Enlightenment. Let's start today's session with the auspicious prayers. So you all can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya.
Jnananjana ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन
तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः
तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः
नमो विष्णुपादाय
नमो विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिन्निति नामिने
स्वामिन्निति नामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी
निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासरादि गौरवृन्द
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा
कृष्णा हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're reading from the book called Bhagavad Gita, the Divine Song of God. And today's presentation will be dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, because of whom we are able to read, discuss Bhagavad Gita in many languages, especially in English. So before, Bhagavad Gita was just in the borders of India, in only few languages, mainly Sanskrit, as everyone know, and Bengali, a few other languages. Because of these great personalities, Bhagavad Gita was taken all over the world. All over the world. Whether you believe it or not, even in Pakistan, so we have 12 ISKCON centers there. All the Muslims over there, they chant the holy names of the Lord and sing and dance. In Saudi Arabia and various other places, because of this great personality. So today's discussion or presentation will be dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So today's topic is reviving the eternal faith. So what is this all about? So if you remember, a few months ago, some political spokesperson spoke something about some person of other religion. Everyone remember?
Yes.
And what happened later? Full threats. People were killed. But in the same case, if you see our own Sanatana Dharma, when movies were made, TV series were made, joke of our lords, Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva, then what happened to us? No one raised a voice. Isn't it so? That's also we have seen that spokesperson make some small statement. All the Gulf countries are behind India. Why is it so? Why is it so? But what about in India? So much nonsense is being spoken, shown in the media, especially in the movies, making fun of our deities. What happened then for all the Indians, Hindus who are there in this country? Why? Because we don't have faith on our own scriptures, right? Isn't it so? We don't know. Whatever they may be showing in the movies, this what, oh, this may be correct. जो भी दिखा रहे हैं वो अच्छा है शायद. Because we don't know. We cannot go against also, isn't it so? So finally we lost somehow or other faith in our Vedic scriptures. So in one of the previous sessions we have discussed how Mughals attacked, Britishers attacked, and finally the media, how they are targeting again and again and again on Sanatana Dharma. Slowly and steadily we lost our faith on our Vedic scriptures. And today's session is that reviving the eternal faith back on the scriptures, on our Vedic literature. So as every session, this session will be also an eye-opener. So this session discusses whatever we do in the day-to-day life, but we put in a scientific, a practical way. So let's see. So there are three kinds of praman, or the three kinds of ways of acquiring knowledge. So one of them is pratyaksha praman, and next is anuman praman, and next is shabda praman. So these are the terms coming from Vedic scriptures, specifically speaking from Ishopanishad, one of the Upanishads. From there, these terms are coming from. So what is this pratyaksha praman? Pratyaksha praman means seeing is believing. So it's now rampant all over the world. Whatever I see, only that I believe. Isn't it so? Seeing is believing. But for your information, never ever in the Vedic scriptures this was told. Seeing is believing. Never. It's just a Western psychology, Western concept that came into picture right now. Actually, does not exist. Pratyaksha praman does not exist. How to understand this? Let's see. So basically, there are 4 defects in every human being. 4 defects. So what are those? I written in Sanskrit and also in English meaning. Karna apatava means imperfect senses. Next, pramada, being illusion. Next, brahma, committing mistake. And the 4th one is vipralipsa, cheating propensity. So these are the 4 defects which we will see in detail. So you can remember these points: imperfect senses, next illusion, committing mistake, and cheating propensities. And Sanskrit also. So what is this imperfect senses? Karana bhatava. So if we see in our day-to-day life, so we have some range to right for our eyesight, isn't it so? What is that range? Anyone knows? So I have a unit in millimicron. So it says 400 to 700 millimicron. So this is the visible range which we have. Beyond that or before that, we cannot see the things which are there. So let's take small example. Now everyone are in this hall. We can see each other and we can see the things around. So let's do one experiment. Let's switch off all the lights. All the lights. Everything is dark. Just close the door. Both the doors, just close it. When a new person entering the hall, he just opens the door. Nothing is visible for him. Isn't it so?
Yeah.
Nothing is visible, practically. But does it mean that no one is existing here?
No problem.
All of us were here. But the person is not able to see because of darkness. Means there is no visible range. Isn't it so? But we see many animals, if you see in the Geographic or Discovery Channel, many animals hunt only in the night. Snakes, vagera, because their vision is different. So similarly, we have some particular range where we can see. So this is about light or eyesight, eyes. Next, coming to our ears. So what is the range which we can hear? This famous?
20 dB to 20.
Yes, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So this is the range which we can hear. So beyond that or below that, we cannot hear. But there are bats. Yes or no? So in the daytime, they don't see, they don't open their eyes. Through this sound waves only they don't travel. Isn't it so? So that is how, whenever the next obstacle comes, they move away. Observing these waves, which we cannot perceive. So in UV rays, this is also used in hospitals. They use for some scanning, vagera, all these UV rays, which we cannot perceive, but the things exist. So this proves that our eyes are imperfect, since we cannot see each and every time all the circumstances. Similarly, our ears also, we cannot hear each and every audible range. We have some particular range which we can hear. Other than that, we cannot. Now eyes is done and ears are done. Let's come to nose. So whenever you go to some hospital, we get some peculiar smell. Observe it? Yes? Some peculiar different smell comes in any hospital.
That is my.
Yes. So after some time, maybe 5-10 minutes, the smell goes away. So what did that says? So we are not able to smell the things which are absolutely present there. Means our nose is defect. Next, coming to our tongue or taste. Let's see. So let's take 2 sweets. So which are sweet you want? Gulab jamun, rasgulla, which are? So one sweet is means over sweet. A lot of sugar is added. And the other sweet is a proper sweet, normal, however. So let's take first sweet, which is complete full, in a full quantity of sweet sugar. You have it. And then take another sweet, which is proper sweet, not over. So how do you feel now? Same. So we don't feel a taste, the sweetness as before. That reduces. Isn't it so? So our tongue is imperfect. Next, touch. So I'm just describing all the senses, how senses are imperfect. So let's take the touch or sense of touch. Now I got fever and he also got fever. But my heat of body is more than yours. So when I touch you, what I can feel? Cold, generally. Fever आने के बाद देखेंगे. So my body is more hotter than yours. So when I touch you, I feel little cold because my temperature is high. Isn't it so?
Yes.
But you are also suffering fever.
Yes.
Isn't it so? Can I tell that true? Your body is cold. You are not suffering fever. Can I tell this?
No.
But still he is suffering. Our touch is also imperfect. So in this way, all our senses are imperfect. All the senses, like what are the senses which we saw? Eyes,
Eyes,
Ears,
ears, nose,
tongue,
and taste.
touch or skin, whichever. And next is illusion or pramada. So what is this illusion about? We all can experience in the day-to-day life. So whenever you go on a highway, full speed, on a sunny day, have you observed that there is some water
Yes.
far away?
Yeah.
Have you seen? Everyone?
Yes.
Observe this, right? But is there really water over there?
No.
No. It's just illusion. Isn't it so? There is no water, but just we are thinking, we got that vision that maybe some water is there. Mirage in a desert. Illusion. A boy with a long hair going here and we are following him. After we get to know it's isn't it? Illusion. Isn't it? So let's see. So nicely moving, right? Observe nicely. This is a JPEG image. So this is called optical illusion. Observe nicely. It's just moving. Slowly, isn't it? Yes? Let's take this picture. Observe nicely. With full focus. Rotating, right? Just taking us. I'm not doing any hypnosis. Don't worry. Let's take this. Rotating, right? Rotating. Take this. All the arrows are moving on the other side. Isn't it?
Yes.
Arey wow, सबके सब illusion में. They're just pictures. They're not moving at all. But we are assuming that they're moving. Our vision is like this. So it's illusion. And next, other thing is committing mistakes or Brahma. So everyone does mistake. No one can say I'm completely right. Everyone does mistakes. Two ear is human. This is a statement there, proverb in English. Mistakes were being made by human beings from time immemorial. There are many great blunders made by great personalities like scientists, astronomers. So before it was thought that the brain was thought to be an organ that is used to cool the blood of the body. That was the thing happening. And later also this master gland or pituitary gland, you must have heard it in your school days. So it was thought is that's like a useless gland in the body. And later they were corrected. All these are great blunders. And astronomers, so they got a new unit and they made all the calculations using that unit. And after a long time they found out this unit is wrong. So mistakes do happen. So we all are committing mistakes. It's a natural, it's completely natural in our life to commit mistakes. In our day-to-day life we commit. And the next most important is cheating propensity. Vipralipsa. Maybe this tendency may be little or mild in someone. In someone it will be too much high. But in every one of us we have this propensity. So it may be from starting from thievery, may going to another extent. So I would like to discuss one such cheating propensity which is scientific, which we have studied in our childhood. Everyone knows this, right?
Yes.
Darwin's theory? Everyone knows this.
Yes.
Darwin's theory, everyone heard in our school days also. So Darwin says that human beings are coming from apes or monkeys. So do you all agree for you? So do you accept that your grandparents, their ancestors are monkeys?
No.
Maybe Darwin's ancestors may be monkeys, but not ours. And many things he made, many things. I still remember a picture in my school days. Deer is there. Deer is trying to grab the leaves on a tree. And the next picture is the deer transferred to giraffe. नीचे घास नहीं है क्या? Isn't it? So how is it possible? Basically. So we went through various videos and various research. If all of you have studied this Darwin's theory, if never ever research on this, please go home and research on this topic. So in various places it was proved Darwin's theory was wrong. Many places you can go through some researches. So I was coming across through some videos. Why Darwin had to do this? What is the reason? Such a great personality. What is the reason? Then we got to know that this guy has a small child, young son. She's suffering some disease. And he's praying to the Lord so piteously, please help my son. But unfortunately, his son died in a very young age. Then he took up this atheistic philosophy. There is no God. So he wants to prove there is no superior power for this creation. Everything goes just naturally. And that is how he gave this various false theories. Can you understand how this tendency is? Cheating propensity. It's a huge, right? Very huge. Such a huge cheating propensity that still, in India at least, still children are being taught this theory. So like this, all this, we have various 4 kinds of defects. So first thing is our imperfect senses. Next thing, we are being illusion. Third thing, committing mistake. Fourth, cheating propensity. In Sanskrit, you remember? So try to remember. So karana apatava, which is called imperfect senses. Next, pramada, illusion, or brahma, committing mistakes. And fourth one is vipralipsa, cheating propensity. So this, having these 4 defects in human beings, how can we tell that seeing is believing? Isn't it so? How can we tell seeing is believing? There already defects are there. So whatever knowledge we are acquiring, it's already defective. So how can we tell that whatever knowledge I'm getting is perfect? Isn't it so? Logical? Yes? So next thing is called Anuman Brahman. So one of the great scientists, many scientists told, so one of the scientists told this nice statement. So out of the entire creation, human beings can perceive only 1% of it. Out of the entire creation, only 1% a human being can perceive. Such a valid statement. So next thing is, so we have seen now which Brahman? Pratyaksha Brahman. So next thing is Anuman Brahman or guesswork. So you might have heard these statements. I guess, I believe, perhaps. So all these are called guessworks. So why these guessworks are improper? Can anyone answer?
They didn't do any experimentation out of their ignorance. They are only telling without any proof or knowledge.
Okay, yes, partially correct. Any other? You want to try? So why guesswork is also not wrong, not right? Because, so whatever things we are guessing, so we are taking the experiences from the past, isn't it so? So I might have some past experience. So same thing I am proposing here. It might be like this. I have experienced something, right? Same thing I am proposing here. So whatever I had experienced before, it is because of our imperfect senses, isn't it so? So in this way, guesswork is also wrong. So let's understand this through a small story. So there was a village. There are a few blind men from the childhood, in fact. So elephant was bought to to that village. And all these blind men were got towards this elephant, and they were given a chance to examine, to test how does this elephant look like. So they were touching each part of the elephant and they are guessing. So one person touching the belly of the elephant and is guessing that he's a wall. Belly is a wall. And the other person touching the tail of the elephant and is guessing that it might be a snake. And the other person touching the trunk of the elephant and thinking it might be a bow. And the other blind person maybe touching the feet or the leg of the elephant, thinking that it may be a tree. So all these guesses were done. So are they true?
No.
They guessed it right. What are the previous experience they have? They touched it. So in this way, Anuman Pramam also does not work. And the next important thing is Shabda Praman or Vedic scriptures. So Vedic scriptures are meant to have some higher truths, to understand some higher truths of life or spiritual knowledge. So let's see what is this Vedic scriptures. So what we're going to do, we just try to validate the proofs of Vedic scriptures. So we'll see in three cases, that is like axiomatic truth, predictions, and the manual. So let's see what is axiomatic truth. So what is axiomatic truth? Yes?
Which we think that is true already.
Okay. Something is already true. So basically, technically speaking, it's a fact which does not require any proof. It already exists, which does not require any proof. That is called axiomatic truth. We might have studied in our mathematics. So what is the definition of a point? It's a circle with zero radius, which we cannot imagine how. How can a zero radius be zero? Isn't it so? So next thing, the imaginary word I. The imaginary word I. So I is equal to root of minus 1. So this is the imaginary thing which we cannot plot on the graph, but still it exists. Isn't it so? So these are axiomatic truths. This which we cannot plot and this which we cannot imagine still exists. So these are called axiomatic truths. So similarly, even Vedic scriptures also the same. So this does not require any proof. They are true in the sense. So let's see. So how would this? So everyone remember this, right?
Yes.
In 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Even I remember I scored highest in chemistry. I got 60 out of 60. Of course, I don't remember anything. That's another thing. So we got these atomic theories. Various first Dalton came in the 19th century. He told atomic means it's the smallest particle and nothing exists in this. And next Rutherford came in the 20th century. And he told it's a small thing and that includes some electron, proton, neutron also. And next another person came, Schrödinger wave equation in 1926. He was telling, no, nothing is correct. Atom is a particle plus a wave. So what are we saying this? All these scientific theories, they change with the time. So whenever we ask some scientist or some theory, so ask them, so how long your theory is valid? Till the time other scientists come and disprove it. Till then it exists, till then it proves, isn't it so? So all these theories which are there are just temporary, they keep on changing. But the Vedic scriptures does not change. It's a fact. It is applicable then, it is applicable now, and it is applicable later also, in the future also. So that is Vedic scriptures, they don't change. Because they are complete body of perfect knowledge. So there was a challenge also from the Vedic scriptures it seems. So if anyone can prove even a small statement of Vedic scriptures is wrong, all the Vedic scriptures can be denied immediately. It's a challenge from Vedic scriptures also. So let's see how these Vedic scriptures help us. Even to the date, many modern scientists are proving that Vedic scriptures are helpful even this particular day. The modern science are confirming the Vedic truths. Let's see a few truths of Vedic science. Everyone knows this, right?
Yes.
Cow dung. So in the villages we put so on the roads or in front of the house, and some houses on the walls also they put these cow dungs. Why is it so?
scientific and antibiotic.
Yes, it's antiseptic, cow dung. And it's already proved in the Vedic scriptures. So I think it is in 90s or 1990s or 1980s, US so got this regarding turmeric. Turmeric, everyone know now? So we use whenever we get some cut, we use immediately this turmeric. And in marriage ceremonies also, people put this haldi bath, this is haldi ceremony. So they do this because it is antiseptic. So I think a few decades before, US got to know this, the benefit of turmeric, and they filed a patent. Yes, we have done this. We found it, this turmeric is such a nice antiseptic. But Indians don't do this because it is already there in the Vedic scriptures. We are getting the knowledge. So what is the need of filing a patent? It's already there, isn't it so? So like this various things we can see. Now this cow dung which is there, now it is used as antiseptic. Many soaps and detergents also, this, that, whatever, everything is used. Have you heard about the statement? आपका टूथपेस्ट में नमक है क्या? Isn't it so? So salt, charcoal. Now in the advertisement you are saying. So in our toothpaste there is charcoal, there is salt, and immediately after brushing, teeth will be shining. Previously our elders used to do this every day. They use this charcoal and salt. They brush this teeth, and now these people are coming and telling. And we Indians also little like this one. Until and unless some Westerners prove that something is right, we don't take it. Isn't it so?
Yeah.
It's a fact. We have to accept it. And this is what happening. And we are awaiting someone to prove it. Until and unless we don't take it. And the next, this we can see. So what is this? Earth. Okay. In the Sanskrit terms, what is this?
Universe Prapancha.
Vasundhara. Okay. Bhumi. Jagat. Okay. So basically you can see it's called a Bhugol. Isn't it so? Bhugol. Bhul gayi kya? So it's called a Bhugol. What is gol? Round. So previously, so Earth was concluded it's a flat, and later some person started from one point of the Earth, went round the Earth and came back to that point, and finally concluded Earth is round. Who is that person? Okay. Nicholas Copernicus. So he is the one. He proved recently. But our Vedic scripts are already telling it's a Bhugol. 5,000 years back. It's already round. Until someone proves we don't believe it, isn't it? So it's already there. Such a wonderful Vedic scriptures, isn't it so? So let's take plants having life. You can see in our, at least in our homes, how respect we give to our plants, Tulsi Maharani, whatever, because they already have life. Now only we got to know when the plants are kept in a dark room, and whenever the light just comes from to that light, these plants are moving, leaves are moving. Only then we understood, oh, the plants also have life. It's already there in the scriptures. We know this knowledge. The plants do have life. And the most important thing, very interesting this is, sonography. So how baby grows in the womb of a mother. So to our astonishment, the whole process from the starting point, how the sperm and the ova collaborates, fertilizes, and how baby comes from the start to the end. Every description, each and every point is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. 3rd canto, 31st chapter. Each and everything. So first month what happens, second month what happens, till the 12th month what happens. Everything is given. It was spoken 5,000 years ago. Given by Vyasadeva. And now recently we got sonography, which we are able to understand. So already given. So after reading that, I was completely astonished. Wow, it's wonderful. It's there completely about this embryo of the body. Next we see astonishing predictions from scriptures. So we have seen what is the axiomatic truth, isn't it so? Which need not have proofs. So let's see few predictions made by the Vedic scriptures and came true and are gonna come true in the future as well. So there is one famous person called Lord Chaitanya, about whom it was given in Srimad Bhagavatam. You can see the verse number down. Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, 1st chapter, 32nd verse. You can go and check it out. And later it is in the Vedic scripture. It is also given about Lord Buddha in the 1st canto itself. Later about Chanakya Pandit is the most famous personality. Everyone knows Chanakya Niti. About him also is given in the Vedic scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam. About King Ashoka. And later about Prophet Muhammad. And even about Jesus Christ also is given in the Bhavishya Puran. So we are giving the sessions to some college students. So after hearing all this, they were asking, Prabhuji, मेरे बारे में कुछ दिया क्या? Nothing given. So like this. So all the predictions were true, and future predictions also given, and all which are already present. Let's chant some sloka and learn from this what the Bhagavatam says. You all can repeat after me. Vittam eva kalondrinam
Vittameva kalomrenam
Janmachara gunodayah
Janmachara gunodayah
Dharmanyaya vyavasthaya
Dharmanyaya vyavasthaya
Karanam balamevahi.
Karanam balamevahi.
Someone can read the translation?
In Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered the sign of man's good birth, proper behavior and fine qualities, and law and justice will be applied only on the basis of one's power.
Yes, how is that? It's coming true.
Yeah.
Isn't it so? If a person is rich, aristocratic, he'll get a lot of respect. We think he's born in a high family. Automatically see everywhere. So that's why everyone try to become rich, isn't it so? To get name, fame, respect, and various things. And if, the law, we can see justice. Only one who is full of power, they can have this justice. Even we know, everyone knows, he is the old culprit of this case. But still, the person has a power. This case goes on for years together, to such a state that even after a person dies, case goes on. So this is how. And it's already predicted in Bhagavatam. It's 12 canto. There are totally 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in the 12th canto, it's everything given about Kali Yuga especially. We can read those. Another beautiful verse. Dambate abhirichir hetur
Dambate abhirichir
Mayaiva vyavaharike
Mayaiva vyavaharike
Strisve pumsve chahiratir
Strisve pumsve chahiratir
Vipratve sutramevahi.
Viprate sutramevahi.
Translation?
Men and women will live together merely because of superficial attraction, and success in business will depend on a decide. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex, and a man will be known as Brahmana just by his wearing a thread.
I did not explain anything. It's true. So many PGs are coming up, new brand. Koli. So this is what it's already given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So everyone knows it's not proper. Boys, girls living together. It's not proper. But it's already there going on. And Srimad Bhagavatam already predicted it. And coming to this point of, so we say this nice statement, right? Love at first sight, divorce at first fight. So last year, so we all ISKCON Whitefield devotees, we are going to Pandharpur, Maharashtra. It's a nice place, Lord Vittal. So we went there, had a nice time, had a nice darshan of Vittal, and we were coming back. So we were coming back in the train. So there was one police officer who was sitting along with us. So we asked him, so what are the main cases, most number of cases in the present situation in Bangalore? So he told, divorce cases. Divorce are most number of cases being filed in the present day. And it's true, we're happy. So on the superficial attraction platform, we attract each other, live together, whatever we do. And later, knowing the truth of that person, immediately we get separated. Isn't it so? Enlightenment happens. So this is what happening. And it's already true. And coming to this state of Brahmana, we have nice Brahmanas over here, right? So you can see. So it was happened in one of my seniors. So he was sharing with me. So he was when he was in third year of engineering. So he has a friend who was a Brahmana, so-called Brahmana. So once what happened, his friend went to his relative's house on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. And it's in Mumbai. So it's a very nice place. He went there and he had a nice food stuff, everything. And their relatives also gave him some dakshina, some money. And all the friends were discussing. This Brahmana, so-called Brahmana, is telling. So all were discussing. He's sharing his heart with all other friends. Macha, do you know what? Yesterday I went to my relative's house. And they gave me some dakshina also, since I'm a Brahmana. Then immediately another friend asked, आज पीने के लिए आएंगे ना? हाँ जरूर. So this kind of brahmanas we have in the picture, right? So actually, yeah, there are real brahmanas also. So most of them is like this. Having a thread, we think it's a brahmana, but actually, what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, guna karma vibhagasam. So the nature, whatever work we are doing, what are the qualities we have. So similarly, we'll have those named as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, not by simple thread. When I was in my 12th standard, 11th, 12th, so one of my friends said, he's a Brahmana, actual Brahmana. So I was telling he don't eat non-veg, nothing. And finally he made a statement, in home. I don't eat anything at home. I go out, eat and come back home. Might have seen this. So this is the kind of Brahmanas we have. Yes, we have true Brahmanas as well, but mostly like this. It's already given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And later, finally talking about Kalki Avatar. So it's also given. So you all can repeat after me. Shambhala Grama Mukyasya
Shambhala Mukyasya
Brahmanasya Mahatmanaha
Brahmanasya Mahatmanaha
Bhavane Vishnu Yashashaha
Bhavane Vishnu Yashaha
Kalkihi Pradurbhavishyati.
Kalki Pradurbhavishyati.
Translation?
Lord Kalki will appear in the home of the most eminent Brahmana of Sambhala village, the great soul Vishnu Vyasa.
Vishnu Yasha. So we can see. So Kalki Avatar hasn't come yet. But Bhagavatam speaks about this. Yes, he's gonna come. He's gonna come. And the most important, interesting thing is to whom he's gonna give birth. His father name is Vishnu Yasha. And the place is also given, Shambhala village. So it comes near Tibet. So Vedic scriptures are very specific, accurate. There is no perhaps, at this time maybe, nothing is perfect, complete conclusion. So we can see. So from this we can go make little tangent. So from this we can understand there are many fake incarnations coming into the pictures. In the present day, I am God, I am avatar of this person, I am avatar of Krishna, I am 11th avatar of Krishna. So many people are coming on the picture. So we can see, so what is the criteria to check whether this person is really God or a devotee? It should be written in the scriptures. So when we say Kalki Avatar is gonna come, so it's written in Srimad Bhagavatam. So if someone is telling I am an avatar of God, where it is written, we can check immediately. If it's not in the scriptures, immediately we have to reject him. Immediately. Is it no? So this is a nice understanding you can have from the Vedic scriptures. But still people, if you say, Prabhuji, you're telling all this, Chiki, what is the proof for this? Oh, gulab jamun, take it. Aaj dinner bani Still I don't, Prabhuji, you're telling all this very nice, but I don't believe this. Because I haven't experienced it, right? I don't believe it. So let's take an example of gulab jamun. Okay? I can tell you this. Gulab jamun is so sweet, so juicy, so tasty. I can tell you all this. But the person, you have to experience this. Yes or no? And if I open your mouth, put in your mouth, then you can experience it. What's gulab jamun? I need not explain this. So similarly, Vedic scriptures are like that. When we experience, we implement the rules and regulations, principles of Vedic scriptures in our life, we can experience that. So there is nothing, what do you say, blind faith here. Everything is scientific and practical. So one of the time, it's happened, similarly one of the colleges where one of our ISKCON devotees is giving a lecture. There were thousands of students in a big auditorium. And the one person raised and asked this person, "Sir, have some complaint with your ISKCON." So from past few days I'm practicing this mantra meditation. I'm actually a completely over-tempered person. After chanting, I'm becoming so peaceful. I'm becoming so very, very peaceful. Please help me, I want to get some anger. So basically it's a compliment for ISKCON. So basically it's true. If any person starts chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita, immediately we can see the transformation in our life. Just like this gulab jamun. So when we practice, we see the transformation. Then we can tell others, yes, this does work. So when people say, no, it doesn't work. Have you studied? Nah. Applied in your life? Nah. And we hear from that person. How is it possible? It's not right, right? So you have to read scriptures and read. So Bhagavad Gita is a life manual. Life manual. So let's take any device in your life. So we have a manual. So when we follow the manual, we can use the device for longer time. Isn't it so? A longer time in a proper way. Similarly for all of human beings. So Bhagavad Gita is a manual. When we open and study and apply in our life, automatically this machine will be working nicely and we will be blissful, happy all the time. All the time. So basically speaking, Vedic scriptures need not have any proof. They are manual. Even this personal experience one can experience by practicing the spirituality. Krishna is saying personally in Bhagavad Gita. Let's chant. Rajavidya Rajahugyam Pavitram Vidamuttamam Pratyaksha Dharmyam Susukam Kartamabhyayam. Some other can read.
This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed.
Yes, it's not the theory, it's a practical. Krishna is telling, gives direct perception of the self by realization. Krishna himself is telling, it's a realization. When we practice immediately, we can understand. We can practice in our life. But still, if someone says, Prabhuji, I don't believe this, I don't have faith still, whatever, I don't have faith upon the scriptures. So let's understand this. Faith is an integral part of everyone's life. Everyone's life. So let's see some small incidents in our life. Have you been to barber shop?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Or not those? Others. So everyone been to barber shop. So when we sit on a seat, nicely, happily closing our eyes, not looking out. And then a nice, this cream was written, smooth cream. And on this smooth neck, smooth, this thing, there is a sharp blade. And it's keeping here. Can you understand? It's kept here. And it's sleeping also. So what faith do we have on that barber? Do we know his name? Do we know his Kola Gotra? No, completely we are happy. That he will completely clarify with this, everything will be shared properly. किसी का दिमाग किसी भी कभी भी दिमाग खराब हो सकते हैं ना? What if he cuts? Ram Ram. So we have complete faith on this person. So many of you might have traveled in a flight. This one, trains. So in trains and flights we cannot even see the driver also. At least in bus we can see. But whenever we are going traveling in a bus, wherever, have we gone to the bus driver and you told, "Pakka leke jayenge na mere destination?" Have you asked him?
No.
No. We're taking ticket nicely, your bus pass whichever, and sitting happily in the seat and sleeping also. Complete faith on this person. We don't know the person who is it. Yes or no? This is very nice, interesting. Holding the nice needles in the hand. The patient has complete faith. This person don't do anything to me. He will cure me. So we have complete faith on these doctors, isn't it so? And most auspicious thing this is. Whenever we go to a restaurant, so we can see we will order something delicious, which maybe some plates are going other tables. Saliva will come from our mouth. So whenever we order something, we get it and we eat nicely. But do we know what happens in the kitchen? There will be no entry board written on it. What if while cooking, so everyone can come, little friend, more people come. So in between there is little gap, you can fill it out. So don't know while cooking some cockroach might have fallen in the sambar. Later it has been removed and nicely garnished with the coriander leaves, kaju, and we're eating it. We have complete faith, right? What if he adds poison in that? Can happen. So I think this is a recent incident which I remember. I have read in the news. So in the airplane, so someone ordered the food, and while he's eating, he found one small snake head in it. Anything can happen, right? But still we have faith on each and Tom, Dick and Harry in this world around. How much blind faith we have on people around. But whenever question comes on God, on scriptures, proof kya hai? Yes or no? This is what we asked. We have faith on each and Tom, Dick and Harry, but not on God, not on scriptures. It's complete blind faith, isn't it so? Complete blind faith. And Baba, let's be scientific. Let's be scientific. As we were discussing before also. So some person is there who never reads Bhagavad Gita and he tells other person, hey, this is sab faltu hai, padhna mat. And the person hears this and he tells other person, hey, this is sab faltu, padhna mat. Aap padhiya kya? Nahi, I have experienced nothing. So this is called complete blind faith. So what is science? So we all pose ourselves as scientific, right? Now let me ask you a question. What is science?
Which we experience.
Which you experience, okay? Any other replies?
Something based on experiments.
Something based on experiments, okay? Any other replies? What is the definition of science?
Something that is rational.
Rational, okay.
Systematic knowledge.
Systematic knowledge, okay. So let me put in a small statement. So science is nothing but study of the existing things. Isn't it so? Just study of an existing things. So science does not invent or create something new. Now me a question. Prabhu ji, bulb hai, ये तो create किया ना? Isn't it so? So there is nothing creation. So what is a bulb? It's just a degraded form of sunlight. So robots are degraded form of human beings. So just a modification of the existing things. There is nothing invention or creation. So what is the meaning of being scientific? Everyone knows this, right? Everyone done in your childhood, engineering, wherever. So what is science means? We have an experiment, we have the aim. Do Bhagavad Gita exist or help us in our this thing? Or does God exist? Whatever you make the aim. So what is apparatus? Bhagavad Gita, we need apparatus. Then procedure, what is it? Read and implement whatever the learnings or principles in Bhagavad Gita in our life. Then observe. So what the transformation in our life? And then give the conclusion. Yes, it works or doesn't work. So in these days what we do? So we tell we are scientific. Aim is to understand Bhagavad Gita works or not. And directly we give conclusion. Bhagavad Gita doesn't work. So let's understand, is this scientific? Definitely not. I'm just triggering your thought process through all this session. So let's be scientific. Let's not be a blind follower. Because of this only, so much of chaos is happening in our country, especially all over the world. Some person spoke something, so much chaos happened a few months before. If it goes similarly in this way, so we have to wait for a day when stones will be fallen on our home also, on our home windows. Now it's falling on some other houses, so that's why we're happy, joyful here. So let's wait for a day. Either we wait for a day when stones will fall on our house, or we revive our eternal faith now in the Vedic scriptures, practice nicely, and spread this Vedic knowledge all over the world. Okay? So now the source of our Vedic knowledge is WhatsApp, Facebook, वगैरह. Many people come and ask, प्रभु जी भगवद गीता नहीं बता भी है. नीचे जो भी फालतू चीज लिखो नीचे भगवद गीता. So we ask, where you have learned this? When we tell something, Prabhuji is given in Bhagavad Gita. We ask him, I have read Bhagavad Gita multiple times. It is never ever given in the Bhagavad Gita. Where you found this? Prabhuji Facebook पे दिया है, WhatsApp में दिया है. दो भी कुछ तो फालतू लिखिए नीचे Facebook ये Bhagavad Gita लिखो. हाँ व्यासदेव ने पोस्ट किया ना Facebook में. So this thing. So in the present day, our sources of knowledge is becoming social media, not the books, authentic books. So it's time for us to open books and read. Get the proper knowledge, not from TV series, not from the media, not from the WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, वगैरह वगैरह. Let's open the books and read Bhagavad Gita. And this way, since we are not following the way scriptures, we lost our faith. It's a high time for all of us to bring back the faith, for oneself on scriptures and give to others. And recently, one of our person, mostly only is sharing his experience. Prabhuji, Bhagavad Gita is so practical. I never knew this. I never heard Bhagavad Gita before, but when I came to these sessions, when I got this Bhagavad Gita as it is and I opened it, read it, it's completely practical, completely practical. I'm able to experience in my life. Read it, implement in my life. So everyone can do it, everyone can experience this. Finally, so what's the conclusion for this? Let's revive the faith in the Vedic scriptures. If not now, it's never gonna happen. Okay? So with this, so I'd like to end the session. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
Thank you for the transport. Probably you told humans can only perceive 1% of this world. What do you mean about that one? And highly learned like scholars and Nobel laureates, how they will perceive this world? How much they will perceive this world?
Just taking even to take the example of Einstein, even he made his own this thing. He struggled a lot with his brain work, everything, and finally concluded only 0.5% I use my brain. So like this unlimited. This universe creation is unlimited. So whatever we perceive, it's very very less. So to understand full what is there in this creation, so we have to read the scriptures. So in scriptures, everything is given. All the unlimited. The only thing is only few we can perceive. So that's the thing. See, one more statement, just nice thing which I would like to mention. So especially in India, all over the world, in this age of Kali, so we all have got this thought process or thinking that I am something special. So whatever I say, whatever I do, it's correct. Everyone has to believe me. So this thought process everyone has. So people are not able to progress in their life, whether material or spiritually. So we have great personalities like Ramanujacharya. Heard about him, right?
Yes.
Ramanuja, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, all these great personalities. They have read Bhagavad Gita, they have read all the scriptures. And finally they are giving us, please read it. They have applied in their lives and giving us. Let's take advantage of this. So it's like a small humble request. Only a humble person can grow, can learn, can move forward in their life. Not an overconfident person. So confidence should be there, but not overconfident. So this is the last thing. Let's be humble. Understand from the great personalities. They have learned it, they have read it, they have used it, they have practiced in their life, and they're giving us. Why not take it? Isn't it?
Yes.
Take it? Yes. Any other question? Yes.
Prabhuji, is there any reference of Sai Baba in scriptures?
So till now, all the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, which I read, I didn't get any reference of Sai Baba. I didn't get. I read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. So where the scriptures, nothing is mentioned about Sai Baba.
So we can't consider him as a part of Sanatana.
You can do research personally. Personally, in Srimad Bhagavatam is the whole sum of everything, but we couldn't find about Sai Baba. Yes. Any other question? Done? 2 minutes will take another question if anyone have. Okay, clear up? Sab kuch? So let's go for mantra meditation. So everyone can stand up. Please relax. So water will be given to you. So you can wipe your hands and take a bead.